Hi everyone, welcome to Rajeshwari's Commerce and Management Study Hub. I am Rajeshwari here. Let us discuss today the most important topic under income tax, that is residential status. Based on the residential status only, you are levying tax on the assessee. If you want to determine the total income, first you need to determine residential status. And what is this residential status? So let us understand. Residential status is different from citizenship. Residential status means how many days he stayed in that country. Based on his stay, we are going to calculate his residential status. Okay. Citizenship is different. We have a separate law for citizenship. Citizenship ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಗರಿಕತೆ. ನಾಗರಿಕರನ್ನ ಕರಿತೀರಿ. ಒಂದು ದೇಶದ ನಾಗರಿಕ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅವನು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ನಿವಾಸಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ಅವನು ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನಗಳಿಂದ ನೆಲೆಸಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ಸಿಟಿಸನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇಮ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಒನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರಿವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್. Right, because we have a many sports persons and business persons. Some people will leave for the job purpose, education purpose, so they are going to stay in the other country as well as in the India also, right, home country you can call. So based on his stay we are calculating, that's why he can be a resident of more than one country in the same previous year or any previous year. And every year we are calculating the residential status for the assessee separately. Previous year we are calculated he was non-resident, might be a same person will be resident for the next year also. So based on his stay we are calculating, that's why we need to calculate every year separately. Okay, why here we are um, focusing on previous year means we are calculating residential status in the assessment year based on the income which he has earned in the previous year. That's why we will check it out, the residential status of in the previous year. So this previous year will be the present stay of the assessee. Okay, and residential status will be calculated differently as per the income tax law under FEMA. So it is separate. You don't have in this syllabus. If you are doing CA in final, you will study residential status under FEMA separately. The rules will slightly change compared to these rules. Okay. And residential status under the Income Tax Act determined only for the purpose of calculating the tax liability of an individual. So whatever the is residential status we are calculating is for the tax liability purpose only. We won't be able to use for any other purpose. To issue citizenship and all, we can't do that by calculating residential status, because the citizenship law is different. Based on that they are going to get. So that's why this is applicable only for the tax liability. And here you need to note down three main points. Please take a book and pen, note down the points. If you understand the theory, the most easiest chapter, that is residential status. Okay, so just you need to understand the concepts here. Residential status, date of departure, the day he left India and he came back, his arrival to India. Both the dates we are considering that as a stay in India. Okay, whatever the time he left, but still we'll consider that day as he stayed in India. Okay, then here we are calculating is global income is taxable. Global income means the income which he earned in India, as well as if he has done any foreign investments, foreign income he is having means both Indian income plus foreign income we are considering for the tax purpose. That's why it is called as global income. Okay, and only for non-residents, whatever the income they are received in India, we are considering. So that we will understand more under the scope of total income that covers under the section 5. Okay. So total income andre ಏನು residential status ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Here, the residence is divided into three parts, three main categories. Okay, resident and ordinary resident. Resident and ordinary resident means if I state some of the conditions are there, if I fulfill that condition, any one condition, then I will be called as resident. And I'm an ordinary resident. I never step out of India. I'm saying in India only. Okay, any purpose. The person is not left India for any other purpose. He's staying in India only, born and brought up in India only. Then he is called as ordinary resident. Okay. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬೆಳೆದು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸಾಯೋ ತನಕ ಇರೋರ್ನೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ ಓಕೆ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿಲಿ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ resident but not ordinary means he is living for job purpose, he is living for education purpose, or he is a sports person, is living India for sports, or any acting. If he is in acting means any business, any other purposes, if he is living, he is called as not ordinarily resident. Non-resident means he is not at all staying in India. Okay, he is not belongs to India. Okay, that is non-resident. Now for a resident and ordinary resident, global income, already I said, no, global income means what? Indian income, whatever he earned, the income in India plus foreign income we are considering. So that is called as global income for the resident we are considering. For resident but ordinarily resident, we subclassified the income into two parts. The first part is income which is received, deemed to be received, accrued or arise, deemed to be accrued or arise in India. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ಪದ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಏನು? ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್, ಅಕ್ರೂಡ್, ಅರೈಸ್. ಓಕೆ, so this three, deemed to be received, deemed to be accrued, deemed to be arised in India, that income will be considered for the resident but not ordinarily resident. And the other category is income which accrues or arise outside India, being derived from a business control or in profession set up in India, controlled by India only, but the setup, the host country, in other countries the business is there. So then that income, whatever received, accrued, arise, that will be considered as an Indian income and it is taxable. Okay, for non-residents, only the income which they have received in India or accrued in India or arised in India is taxable, because they are using our resources. By using the resources of India, they are making an income. For that they are paying tax. Okay, what is the root? The root should be India. Any root, the branches, wherever it is, but root should be in India. If the root is in India, then it is taxable. Okay, understood? Now what is the residential status? Right, so residential status is, see, we have divided into two main parts. Residential status comes under this section 6. The main part, the whole, your hero of the residential status is individuals and HUF, because they are going to cover. Here you are not going to study for form, LLP, AOP, BOI, company, etc. This is separate, different. Okay, mainly you are calculating for the individuals and HUF. For HUF, the Karta, head of the family, for him you are calculating the residential status. Okay, so here the resident is subdivided into two. One, resident and ordinarily resident. Resident but not ordinarily resident. See, on what basis we will call them as a resident or ordinarily resident but not ordinarily resident? For this we have a conditions. The conditions are basic conditions and additional conditions. First we will understand the basic conditions. Basic conditions ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ, ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್. We will check second test. If he passed in first test itself means no need to go to second step. That's why your or okay. What is first test? He should stay in India more than or equal to 182 days in previous year. ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಸ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿರಬೇಕು? 182 ದಿನ ಸ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿರಬೇಕು. ಈ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ okay, then we'll directly go to additional condition. If he is not passed in the first test, then we will go to second test. What is second test? Under second test, two tests we have. The first condition is he should stay in India for more than or equal to 60 days in the previous year. And ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗಬೇಕು. And more than or equal to 365 days in 4 preceding previous years. 4 preceding previous years ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, how many days he has stayed. See here, previous year means only the current status, present. Okay, preceding previous year means past status. We are going to check it out. Okay, here for some of the cases only the first test is applicable. The cases are if Indian citizen is an Indian citizen. Important, understand this. Okay, is an Indian citizen, leaves during the previous year as a crew member of Indian ship, then only the first test is applicable. The second is Indian citizen lives during the previous year for employment outside India. See, all these are living India for some purpose, but they are the citizens of India. Here you need to notice this citizen. Okay, and again Indian citizen, a PIO, who is a person of Indian origin, is visiting India. Only for these 3 cases the first test is applicable. Now let us understand the additional conditions. Now the additional conditions are 2 additional conditions we have, and both he has to satisfy. That's why here we have and. Okay, he should be a resident 2 out of 10 preceding previous years. We are checking his history. 10 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 2 ವರ್ಷ ಅವ್ನು ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. And he must stay in India more than or equal to 730 days in 7 preceding previous years. 7 ವರ್ಷ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 730 ಡೇಸ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಸ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. More than or equal 730 days, or more than means 731 or anything. Okay, now let us understand this by solving the question. The question is, Mr. A, an Indian citizen, is living in Mumbai since 1950. He left for US on July 1st, 2017 and comes back on August 7, 2022. Determine his residential status for the assessment year 23-24. Now let us solve this question. So here the assessment year is, we are calculating residential status in the year 23-24 for the previous year 22-23. This is our previous year. Now first we will check it out, the basic condition. What are the basic conditions? Basic conditions ಏನು? Basic condition. So first we will check any one, no? So first condition we will check it out. If he is passed, then no need to go to second. So what is the first condition is, he should stay in India for more than or equal to 182 days in the ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? 22-23. ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 7, 2022ಗೆ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 7 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 7th ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಆಗಸ್ಟ್, ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್, ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್, ನವೆಂಬರ್, ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್, ಜಾನ್, ಫೆಬ್, ಮಾರ್ಚ್, and total days we will get it. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 7 ದಿನ ಹೋದ್ರೆ 31 ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದಿನ 25 ಡೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು? ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡೇಸು? 31 30 30 ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಜನವರಿ ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ ಗುಡ್ಡ ಬಂದ್ರೆ 31 ಡೇಸ್, ಡೌನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ 30 ಡೇಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ 31 30 31 31 days, February 28 days, 31 days. So what is the total number of days he stayed in India? 25 30 237 days, correct? Check it out. Okay, solve with me. 237 days stay ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, more than 182 days. So he satisfied the first basic condition. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ? ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ. ಈಗ ಅವನು ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟಾ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ದ ಟೂ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ conditions is there, no? That we are going to check it out. So how we are checking? What is the first additional condition? 2 out of 10 preceding previous year. So preceding previous year ಇಂದ ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? 22-23. preceding previous year ಎಷ್ಟು? 21 previous year. 2021 22 2019 19 18 18 17 then 17 16 16 15 15 14 14 13 13 12 12 11 10 years ಅಲ್ವಾ? 10 years ಆಯ್ತು. ಈ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ USA 2017ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಯಾವಾಗ? 22-23ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಇಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಿಲ್. ಈ ಸ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್, ಸ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? ನಿಲ್. 2019 ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನಿಲ್, 1918 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್, 1817 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್. ಬಟ್ 1716 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಜುಲೈ 1 ಅವ್ರು ಹೋಗಿರೋದು, ರೈಟ್? ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್, ಮೇ, ಜೂನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜುಲೈ 1st day. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ನೋಟ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅರೈವಲ್ ಡೇನು ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 30, ಮೇ 31, ಜೂನ್ 30 days and ಜುಲೈ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1st. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಡೇಸ್? 92 days ಸ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರೈಟ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, after this all year he was here only. First time he left in the year 17, right? 17. So remaining all the years he was in India. So 65 days he stayed, right? So what is the first condition? Resident in 2 out of 10 preceding previous years. At least 2 ವರ್ಷ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಆದರೆ 2 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So he satisfied the first additional condition. Right? Understood? What is the second additional condition? He must stay in India more than or equal to 730 days in 7 preceding previous years. 7 preceding ಅಂದ್ರೆ 7 years ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So up to year. See here, this is for 7 preceding previous year we are taking. 7 preceding previous year ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. 92 days, 365 days, 365 days. What is the total? 365 plus 365, 730 plus 92, 823. 823 days, more than 730 days, right? He stayed. So he is a resident and ordinarily resident because he satisfied Mr. A satisfied first basic condition and both additional conditions. So he is a resident and ordinarily resident. Understood? Right? So easy. Just you need to understand the question and is stay in India and the conditions which we have seen some of the exceptions. Right? Understood? Try to solve more questions from your textbook and solve while watching this video also. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. If you are not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe the channel. Press bell icon to receive updates. Thank you.